get to trace the hands of master craftsmen, and we feel like it's an honor, but it's also very important. We feel a responsibility for getting it just right.
Bringing buildings back to life is what Bert Kelly and his crew from Milwaukee Plastering live for. And they've been granted the dream job of restoring a theater that has hosted some of the biggest entertainers of the last century.
It's just a fantastic space. I've seen many artists walk in here and just marvel, looking out at the audience, looking at this theater. It's good that we're restoring it.
And as old as the Riverside Theater is, Milwaukee Plastering must take great care in restoring its intricate and unfortunately worn down plasterwork.
Right now we're currently doing some work out in the lobby that is kind of helping maybe the things that the patrons might not necessarily see every single time they walk through, but it's something that's really important to us to have the theater kind of restored to its original opulence when it was opened in 1928.
And even more important is how these specific casts and molds are completed. Surprisingly, time nor technology has changed the restoration process or how Milwaukee Plastering takes on a project of this magnitude.
We do everything the same way they did it back in the day. We use hemp fiber, jute fiber, old #1 molding plaster, and sometimes you have to go far and wide to find these things.
As with most precious artifacts, age is breaking down the Riverside's beautiful facade, and in turn made tearing down and replacing old plasterwork time-consuming and complicated. The plasterwork has to be matched exactly to its original state to retain its beauty and to keep an untrained eye unaware of any restoration.
We do it just like they did it back in the old days. We put a little plaster on the wall and squish it in there, and once it solidifies, it's all plaster. It's all one piece.
But it's not ready to be called a masterpiece until the final act takes place. And what may seem like the easiest of steps in making the molding look like an original is nowhere near as easy as just grabbing a brush and some paint.
The paint can be a little bit tricky because it fades over time. So we take our time. It sometimes takes a few days just to get one color right.
After today's work is done, the Riverside Theater appears to be brought back to its original status, almost as if these guys were never here meticulously restoring history.
When we have 70, 75 shows a year here at the Riverside, it's really important that every person that walks through these doors has an awesome experience.
Once the show is over, the house lights go back up and the crowd is left. Bert and his team know that they'll be back to take on another challenge. Because in a building this old and precious, something always needs to be fixed, even if it is more than 8 stories above the stage. It's challenges like this that even make a modern-day expert tradesman and his team marvel at how this landmark was ever created.
I would love to go back in time and see them build this place new. I'm glad that somebody had the vision to save this place.